Good morning and welcome to another Training 20. Today is our mobility session, but we're looking at squat mobility more than anything else. So doing a load of exercises that are going to help you improve your squat in terms of the depth you can get to and how comfortable you are in that position. The main focus being today generally on the ankles, calves and hips. So let's get straight into it. I want you to bring yourselves down, lying face down on the floor, like so. I'm just going to bring one leg up to the side so that the knee is level with the hip. And first of all, we're going to keep the hips down as best you can. You're going to lift that foot up, take the foot down, and then lift the knee, which is a lot harder. So I struggle to do that. You can see my hips twist a bit, that's fine. I've got tight hips. But do your best to get that knee up whilst keeping the hips face down as you can. We're lifting that foot, down it goes, and then we're lifting that knee. Just going to go from one to the other here. Nice controlled lift. Right, so keep this going. We're going to go for about 6 on each side. Nice controlled movements, getting those hips open straight away. And then we'll simply swap sides. Do exactly the same over here. So get it to that hip level. That foot comes up. Down it goes. And then the knee comes up. Again, we'll go 6 of each. Like so. Keep that going. If you find this really easy, then good. And one more of each. Cool. So, bring it onto your knees like so. We're going to focus on the quads. Not going to do much stretching of the quads, but we are working on them here. So, sitting up straight in this position first. You can see I'm sitting down on my heels. Now this is very uncomfortable for some people who struggle down here. So if you need to be, you can be on your toes if that's more comfortable. That gives your toes a nice stretch as well. But if you're struggling to get any pressure on the feet or ankles, then simply, whether you've got your feet up or down, bring yourself into a position where you're not putting too much pressure on, but you're still leaning back and stretching out these quads here. Alternatively, if you're really struggling, you can take a leg behind into this stretch. But I'm going to go for this one. So if you find this okay, we're going to lean backwards like so. Lift up the hips to emphasize that stretch and stretch out the hip flexors as well. If you struggle with that, obviously just keep it relaxed. But we're looking to lift those hips up and stretch out there. This big hold here. And you can rest the bum down for a second. Elbow to the floor. I'm going to reach over this side. You can lift those hips back up again as well. Really feel that stretch. Bum back down. Back to the middle. Into that stretch. And then elbow down on the other side. Reach over, hips up. And then back to the middle again, hips up. And then relax there. So we're going on to ankles and calves next. huge hindrance here, because when we're looking for a squat, we can't get our knees over those toes, and it really limits your ability to sit into that squat like so. Okay, I'm actually quite tight this morning, so we're looking to help improve your ability to get over. We're going to start off with a relaxed down position, so bring yourself down. So if you can, again, you're sitting on this leg here like so. I'm going to show you this side first. I'll spin it around. So when you're sitting on that foot there, we're looking to put our chest and our both arms and hands pushing down on this knee, trying to drive it forwards over the toe. What we shouldn't allow to happen is the heel to come up. We don't want the heel up. When we're pushing down with your body weight and your arms, you may feel it tighten here and stretching out here. Most likely feel it stretching up here as well, at the bottom of the calf. But big push down, keeping that heel down, forcing that stretch. Trying to get that knee as far over that toe as possible. And just going to hold here. And then we'll swap sides. Exactly the same on this side. So keeping that heel down, pushing the knee right over, like so. Bring all your weight down into this position. I can feel this side's tighter. If you do have one side tighter than the other, that's normal, don't worry about it. But that's a big thing that can limit your ability to squat. Level on both sides. You can see I'm putting all my weight forward like so. You can try that if it feels better. Pulling down that knee, whatever you can do to feel that stretch. I can feel it right at the back of the calf here. But hold this position like so. And then we're going to go for a more appropriate squat position, stretching out these ankles. So obviously we don't want to be rounded over like that in the squat. So this time we're onto one knee like so. Bring it quite close in, we don't want to be too stretched out. And then we're going to lean weight forward again, keeping that heel down, but I'm upright this time, heels down, feeling that stretch as I'm still putting that weight down on that knee and keeping it upright. Again, hold here, you can sink in and out of it if it's too uncomfortable, or just the rest and then try and get a bit deeper into that stretch. It's totally up to you how much you want to go in and out of this one, but we're really trying to force that position, work our ankles over so we can squat into a deeper position. And then swap sides. Same again here, pushing that weight over, keeping that heel down. I can feel a lot more hindrance here in the front, which you can do stuff with bands to help with that on this side. But with it being a bodyweight session only, we're just going to continue with this today. You can use your hands to keep the heel down if you're really struggling. You generally want to be upright like so. Driving that knee over those toes. Again, you can shift in and out of it. Final little hold on this side. Right, I'm going back to the hips. So bring yourself in a seated position like so. We're going to go feet shoulder width apart, if not just wider. Place them flat to the floor with our knees up, nice and wide. And we're going to rock our hips side to side first. So hands are pointing behind, sit up straight, and I'm going to rock side to side. See how my feet are going on their sides, but they're not changing from their initial position. So back up and then rock into the other side. Just loosen up those hips. You may find you're moving a little bit. That's fine, just reset your position if your hips are falling forward or anything like that. That's normal. I'm just going to rock side to side here. And then bring it back to that starting position. So focus on one side, staying exactly where it is now. So I'm going to choose this side's going to stay here while the other side drops in. So in it goes, driving it, trying to get it as far down to the floor as you can, and you take it back up. Same on the other side. Try and get it as far down as you can while the other leg stays where it is, and then back up like so. Don't worry how far you're getting. Main thing is not allowing that to happen, keeping this leg fixed as you drop that in like so. Just going to alternate sides. Keep that going there. That's one. Cool, nice. We're going to take it into a 90-90 position. So you've got this shin out in front of you, directly in front like so. This one more to the side. We're creating that right angle in both legs. We're going to drive our hips upwards. Now if you struggle, you can use your hands to push up, squeeze the hips forwards, and then sit back down using the hands as well. If you can, try no hands, just leaning forwards. Up you go, and back down. Keep that going, but if you're unsure, I'll show you from the side. So again, if you need your hands, put them to the side and push yourself up, and then back down. Or we're going no hands, up we go. Tuck those hips, feel the stretch here, and back down like so. Up, and down. And then we'll swap sides. Up we go. And down we go. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Nice. I'm going to bring it straight into a frog stretch. So we're going to be on the forearms first. Knees as wide as you can get them. Flat back, if not arched. We don't want to be rounded. And we drive those hips back. Feel that stretch in the hips. Hold there. Keep driving back, but not too aggressively. And you can sink forwards. Remember, back flat, if not arched. Back we go. Feel that stretch. And then forwards, one more here. And then forwards, then we're going to take it onto the hands, so up we go. Sit into that same position here. Again, back flat or arched, not rounding. Forwards, and back. Forwards and back. One more time. Forwards and back. Hold that stretch there. Cool. Stand yourselves up, have a little shake out. We're going to go into some squats now. Now, if you really struggle with your squat mobility, then I'm going to show you initially the higher position, and then I'm going to sink into a lower position, okay? So if you're on level 1, just stick to that high position or wherever you can get to. If you can sit into a full squat, then great, join me in that deeper position. So here we go. So first one we're looking to do is bring it down into a squat. We're just going to rest on our knees like so. So if you're up here, that's fine. And all you're going to do is take one hand on the inside of your thigh and push out, opening up that hip whilst resting on this other side. Now, if you can, bring yourself into this deep squat position. And then same again, lean over, opening up that space in between the hip. We're going to go 5, pushing out on this side. And then swap it over. So I'm resting against this other knee, pushing out like so. And then come back up once you've done 5 on each side. Give your legs a little shake out. Next one we're going to do is going to be a reach up. So you're going to, in this high position, you're going to grab a knee and then twist up and reach up here. Then rotate over to the other side like so. If you come into this deep position, you're going to grab an ankle. So bring yourself down, grab an ankle and reach up. Back to the middle, reach up like so. Again, just swapping sides. Trying to reach up into that position, using that ankle as support. I'm going to go 5 on each side here as well. If you do need to rest out these positions at any point, then feel free to do so. Last one. Good job, bring yourselves up. Little shake out again. So the next one, we're going to try and get our forearms to the floor. So what you do here, if you're in that high squat, you got your forearms just leaning forward and leaning back up. Like so, okay? And if you join me in that deep squat, exactly the same, hinging forward, open up those hips. So here we go, sit down low, forearms up, lean forward, and then lean yourself back up. Lean forward, and lean back up, trying to stay low in that squat. Forwards, we'll go for 6 of these, back up, forwards, back up, forwards, back up, stand up, shake out, legs taking a bit of a beating maybe, but give them a little relax. So we're going to go, like we dropped those knees in with that exercise before, we're going to do that again here. Quite a difficult one, it's not too bad in the high position though. So again, high position, we're looking to drop a knee in. See how I'm twisting on the foot and drop a knee in. Rotating with those hips. Quite a lot more difficult in the deeper position, but if you can manage it, bring yourself down with me. Sitting deep, twist and back. Twist and back. And 5 on each side. Twist, twist, taking that knee to the floor. Twist, 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 twist. Bring yourselves up. We're going to finish off with one more. Legs a little shake out first. We're going to go for some reach ups. So you're going to bring yourself in this high position if you're doing the easier level. Hands to the floor like so. Reaching up, down, up. Okay? Rather than fully twisting like the other one, which we're trying to keep forward on like an overhead squat. Same in this deep position though. Here we go, 5 on each side. Bring yourself down. You can hold your feet or just in front of you. I prefer to hold the feet. Reach up and then down. Up, down. So I've got my elbow inside my thigh here. That actually helps. But here we go, 5 on each side, final one. Two more on each side. Good job, rest there, nice. Have a little shake out. Hopefully that wasn't too bad on your quads and your hips. There's a lot there to do, really helps with squat mobility and improve your depth. I will say if you're really struggling with your depth, but you're trying to squat heavy all the time, then I wouldn't. You want to focus on being able to complete that whole range of motion before we really start putting on too much weight, especially if we're trying to get some strength in the quads. We want to be able to squat low first body weight before we build up too heavy with the back squats. I'm not saying that you can't do it, just be careful, make sure you've got that strength and range of motion too. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you tomorrow for a conditioning session.